Good evening, everybody, and we are back for game number 2, where we'll have the Atlanta Rabbits facing off against the Hooks Hornets. Great ball game to start the night off in the Varsity girls game. Hooks jumped out to a tremendous start in the ball game. Atlanta fights their way back in the second half, and made it a really interesting ball game to see how it was going to shake out there. Hooks came out on top. And we're gonna run it back here with the Varsity boys, and we're hoping to have another great matchup here. We're going to have the announcer call out both starting lineups, and after that, myself and Zach Doty will be back on the call. And there we have it. Both starting lineups called. Both teams taking the floor. Atlanta coming into this ballgame with 1 loss in the district right now. Hooks, 0 losses in district. They're undefeated, looking to run the table, but Atlanta's going to have something to say about that. A couple of names looking real familiar on this list for the Rabbits. We've got Stacey Doherty, who we saw play point guard for them a little bit last year, and then as well as Cam Dickerson, another big name on this one. And then we can't forget Boston. Anytime you see Boston in the lineup, you know that means three-point shots will be taken. So we have Andrew Boston, the young Boston, we used to call him back when his brother was here, in the starting lineup tonight. And then also Keyshawn Walls for Hooks, as well as Carvion Johnson, things like Jatavius Johnson, guys like that. They're going to be a good ball club.
Yeah, I got the opportunity to see Hooks earlier in the year against Liberty Allo, and it was very early on. They didn't look on the same page, but now they definitely seem to have grown together and seem to have that chemistry to lead them to an undefeated record so far here in district.
First shot no good for the Hornets. Atlanta looking to get inside quick and early. Getting to the hoop pretty quick. Not able to get it to go. That's number 24. I don't have a 24 on my roster, though.
Aiden Boston.
Aiden Boston. Oh, I completely skipped over him on my roster there.
Yeah, we got the Boston brothers, Andrew and Aiden, out here, 23 and 24, making their way in the starting lineups. Ooh, great pass.
Dickerson getting inside, not able to go. Coast to coast. Dish off to Keyshawn Walls as he goes off the glass for 2.
We talk a lot about two dual sport athletes whenever we get the opportunity to come out here. Keyshawn Walls, Jatavius Johnson, those kind of guys, those are going to be the guys that we've seen in football and played such a big impact. And they look to do the same here during basketball season.
We're going to have a traveling violation called against the Rabs. Carvian Johnson last year, I don't know if you remember, Doty, was a huge player in these matchups against Atlanta. There he is, getting to the cup, off the glass and good with the sweet roll.
He just feels that role at point guard so well, able to lead the charge, but also able to tuck his head and run in whenever he needs to.
Atlanta really with some good ball movement. 3-point shots up, short for the Rabs. And we talk about that point guard position for Hooks. Those are big shoes to fill, and Keelan Estelle last year for the Hornets. Johnson getting inside off the glass and good. And one.
When you say big shoes to fill, but it also could be great mentorship for this Hooks team now. And they look to carry that on in the future as well. As we got to see JV earlier tonight. And it looks like the evolution of both of these teams, they have a good future ahead.
Most definitely, Atlanta had at least 4 or 5 guards who could really handle the ball at the JV level, and you normally just don't see that. And then you flip it on the other side of the court, and they also have 2 or 3 guards that can handle the rock pretty good. So like you said, the future of these ball clubs are in good hands.
Jatavius gets the and one, make it a 7-0 game for Hooks.
Great inside move and good. That's number 20, Braylon Rowe. Putting Atlanta on the board. Going to be called for the carry there. Rowe looking to go back to work inside. He will. Great spin move. Pull-up jumper. No good. Aiden Boston with the rebound. He's going to look to get to the cup, and he will. Up and under. It's good. Off the glass. Aiden Boston. Looked like he could have dunked that thing if he wanted to, Doty.
A very athletic move there while up in the air to get it up and under the defender.
Hook's going to go right back at him. No good. Rebound Boston.
Looks like Hook's going to have a little bit of a stretch big here tonight.
Atlanta ball movement. Boston looking to get right back inside. Spin move, floater. It's good with the soft touch. Aiden Boston.
You're going to wish you wrote him down on your roster, Nick.
My bad, young man.
As Michael Jordan once said, and I took that personally.
The great screen right there. 3-pointer won't go. We're going to have a quick timeout called by Hooks here. Looks like it's going to be a quick one. We'll stay right here. The game just got started. No need to go anywhere yet, Doty.
Yeah, just kind of cleaning up on defense. I think they're running in zone for the most part, but then they get a little ahead of themselves and want to play a little bit too much man. And that's what it was allowing Aiden Boston and these guys to get underneath and drop to the basket, just because it seems like they have potential to be quicker and get to the outside when they need to.
Exactly. Aiden Boston bringing a new element to the point guard position here in Atlanta. We've seen a few athletic guards come through here. Obviously, not a guard, but when you play at a school that produced a guy like Damian Collins, you kind of want to bring it on the court. And Aiden's bringing it tonight.
Yeah, big shoes to fill these past couple of years coming from Damian Collins. And so these guys look to make a name for themselves and know that wasn't just a flash in the pan, that they have a lot of talent here at Atlanta.
Exactly. Rowe getting right back inside. He's fouled. He'll head to the line for 2. We talked a little bit about the stretch big, and that's Landon Hamilton for Hooks. He's a big guy, fills the paint, protects the rim, but he'll also step out and hit a 3 or 2 if you allow it.
And that's how much the game has grown so dynamic now to be able to have that stretch big. It's another factor that adds to your game that the opposing defense has to think about. and creates more opportunities for your offense.
Exactly. Braylon Rowe gets his first free throw to fall. Second free throw good as well.
That'll give Atlanta the first lead of the game.
Three-pointer from the corner, it's up. Won't fall for the Hornets. Wall and Johnson kind of getting tied up with the ball right there. No dribble, but a couple of steps. We're going to have a travel violation.
A good effort there by Andrew Boston to kind of rattle Jatavius and cause the travel. Stays Rabs ball.
Checking into the ball game for the Rabbits is going to be 0 Stacey Doherty, as Cam Dickerson picks up a traveling violation himself. Hooks working it around, trying to get it inside to Hamilton. A little miscommunication leads to a turnover. Nice pass to Doherty. Doherty's going to want to get inside. He'll be whistled for the travel.
One thing I want to highlight about both of these teams, there's only one senior in both of their starting lineups, which is very impressive. Landon Hamilton's the senior for Hooks, and then Cam Dickerson for Atlanta. And so they have a lot of potential, even with their current lineups.
Exactly. That speaks just to the future. I know we talked about the JV, definitely guys coming up in the program, but these are guys already getting varsity minutes. They're going to be here for a year or two more.
Yeah, even Aiden Boston, who we've seen so far, is only a sophomore. His brother Andrew Boston, a junior, and then Braylon Rowe as well, a sophomore. A lot of potential out of Atlanta.
Great steal from the Rabbits. Also, great defense from Carvey and Johnson.
Good anticipation either way. It looked like he was able to be there for a block if needed, but also intercept that pass at the same time.
Both of these athletic groups, three-pointer from the corners up and good. Nothing but the bottom. Shaden Williams.
Coming in and making a great impact so far for the Rabs.
Aiden Boston almost getting his hands on it. Johnson to Wall inside, hop step, block, Aiden Boston. Finds Dickerson in the corner. Atlanta moving the ball very well. Boston not able to get inside, tries to dump it back out and throws it away. Atlanta almost being too athletic for their own good right there.
Pretty nifty pass, just a little high. Couldn't get it to him.
We've got a foul on Shaden Williams down on the baseline. Andrew Boston comes in and gets his brother, Aiden. Great inside pass to Carvin Johnson off the glass and good. Cam Dickerson brings it up for the Rabbits. Cross-court pass back to Cam Dickerson. Braylon Rowe, another athletic guy playing like the three position for this Atlanta Rabbit team.
One thing I noticed about this Atlanta offense is a bunch of off-ball movement. Constantly moving, creating an open look for somebody. And that's gonna wear out this Hooks defense eventually.
For anybody that knows anything about Coach Boston is that he loves to see shooters shoot the ball. And what better way to get shooters open than run them off screens a million times and get them in the corner. Shaden Williams, there's another three, and it's good from the corner. Shaden Williams.
You were just talking about it. I mean, 2 for 2 now for Shaden Williams, creating open opportunities for himself and paying off big time for the Atlanta Rapids offense.
Hooks, they're going to want 3 here. In and out. Hooks gets some pretty good looks, not able to get him to fall. Atlanta getting out on the break. That ball's going to be stolen. Cam Dickerson gets it back. He's going to go all the way. He's up. No good off the glass. As that ball's going to be kicked. Great hustle by Shaden Williams and Carvian Johnson right there at midcourt.
Yeah, Stacey Darty as well getting his hand in there and causing Carvian Johnson to kick the ball.
Atlanta inbounds the ball. 50 seconds remain in the first quarter. Daugherty tries to get inside. He's whistled for a carry. .40 seconds in the first quarter. Carvian Johnson sizing up the defense. Carvian Johnson wants 3. It's long. Keyshawn Walls comes down with it. He's going to go inside. He'll be fouled, headed to the line for 2. 23, Keyshawn Walls. And I remember the last time we saw Walls in a basketball uniform last year, he went to the free throw line about 11 times in that game and hit almost all of them and wheeled Hooks to a victory. So that could be the case here tonight. First free throw doesn't fall for him.
You had to say something.
I had to say it.
One thing I have noticed about Keyshawn Walls, he looks slimmer out there.
He does.
I think he's lost a lot of weight and conditioning so far here in basketball this season. I wonder if that's going to play a factor in how much he drives in and gets more opportunities in the paint.
There's another one right there off the glass and good. Keyshawn Wall is a guy that plays running back in the fall, and then he's a nice post/3 guy for you in the winter. Always looks a little different during basketball season. Daugherty across half court with 9 seconds. He's going to want to get inside. Gets it to Rowe. Rowe's going to do the floater. Floater's good. Rolls around the rim a little bit. That's going to be the end of the quarter. 15-11, or 16-11, I'm sorry, is your score. Atlanta on top of Hooks here on Friday night. As they take a little break, we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back here on Game Day.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
And we're back. Second quarter action. Atlanta on top of Hooks right now. 16-11. Great first quarter action. A lot of athletic basketball being played here in front of us tonight.
Yeah, you said it, Nick. A lot of athletic basketball, a lot of driving into the paint, which is like you were talking about with the Atlanta offense. They like to shoot, but I mean, only a few shots from the three-point mark, and so I would expect to see more three-point shots going forward from both teams.
Aiden Boston working his way inside, getting his own rebound, and good on the second chance bucket. Aiden Boston really going to work right there on the offensive end of the court.
Yeah, he's definitely been a standout player so far in this game of how much he's just been fighting for the ball and fighting to make points, having for this Atlanta offense. Great defense there as well.
We're going to have a travel called on Nate Campbell.
He looks to bring an intensity on the court whenever he's out there that's kind of unmatched, it seems like. He runs that point position and is just leading the charge for him.
Going right at defenders. Williams pulls up. Great look, didn't get it to go. Boston's going to get him a good look. That won't go either. Great rebound, Johnson. Carvin Johnson's going to go coast to coast for a bucket.
This has been the point guard game so far.
Cam Dickerson, he's going to look to get in the mix. Finds Boston in the corner, who tries to get it back to Dickerson. Stolen by Carvey and Johnson. He's going to go coast to coast again, off the glass and good.
Open opportunity. Boston didn't see him behind him. It's a good look on the right side of the bucket.
Aiden Boston comes across half court, going to look to get to the bucket. He will. He's up.
Oh.
Fouled, headed to the line for two. Slams the court, knowing that he should have had the and one right there.
He knows he can make that.
Fouling a guy like Aiden Boston when he's going to the cup is dangerous because he hangs in the air for that extra little second. We see guys do it in the NBA, at the college level a lot. They're able to hang in the air, get that continuation bucket almost, and that free throw goes in as well. But he stays in the air for almost an extra second or two after the contact, so he's able to kind of still see and maneuver that shot around. He knows he could have put that in.
Yeah, one of those guys that can defy gravity in a way and get those open looks and create more opportunity because of it.
Second free throw won't go. Shaden Williams trying to get away with the jump ball there, reached around and picks up a foul. That's going to be foul number 3 for Shaden Williams, I believe. That's going to bring Stacey Doherty back into the ball game for the Rabbits.
That'll be a key thing for Atlanta, is making sure that their impact players aren't getting in foul trouble.
Johnson gets to the bucket easily there, misses the lay-in. Dickerson dumps off to Andrew Boston, back to Aiden Boston. Hooks playing some tight defense here. Great steal. Cam Dickerson whistle for the foul. Jatavius Johnson, not really a guy you want to let get out on the fast break. One of those guys that will bring down the house if you let him. Really athletic. His older brother, we got to see him. We know the athleticism runs in the family. David Johnson, a tremendous athlete at Hooks.
And Hooks has them all around, D1 athletes, top to bottom. David Johnson being a highlight here these past few years now, playing Division I football. And we look to see the same thing in all athletics from Hooks High School, especially from his brother Jatavius in this game.
Braylon Rowe finds Dickerson in the corner. He wants 3. It's going to be long. It's going to be travel. It's called on Rod Bailey of the Hornets. So he gets his first minutes of the night.
Just came down awkward and couldn't quite control himself before he came down.
Walls checked out for Hamilton.
Number 1, Carter Harris, is also going to get his first minutes here for Hooks.
Andrew Boston sees one from 3, just a little short. Carter Harris, a guy that's streaky from 3 as well. We saw him last year. Carvey and Johnson just making his way to the basket again.
Non-stop fight from Carvey on. Got a hand in there, but he recovered well. Got that bucket for his team. Down 2.
Aiden Boston working his way inside. Off the glass and good.
Like we were saying, a point guard game, Carvion and Aiden Boston just going back and forth, willing their teams to a victory tonight.
Jatavius Johnson looking to get inside. Whistle for the carry.
And the carry isn't something that you get to see often called, just because it's one of those things that's hard to call in real time, and we've seen it called twice already.
Exactly, and the carry call does exactly what it's doing right now, rouse the fans up, because like you said, it's almost a judgment call. Mm-hmm. There it is again.
Another one.
But we have noticed this year in a trend that ref and crews kind of have a certain thing that they look for. And they're not budging on that, and it seems like this Cruz is the carrier. They're not going to budge on what they think the carry is, and I like that. Mm-hmm. If you're going to call it, be consistent with the call, and they're being just that right now.
That's the main thing is consistency. Once you understand what the refs are kind of looking for, you can kind of adapt your game and not get yourself in foul trouble because of it.
Great look inside. Last touch by the Hornets. As Jatavius Johnson checks back in for Landon Hamilton.
I think he sat for like 2 seconds. He was out and then right back in.
They're doing a quick rotation. I don't know if they're doing an offensive, defensive thing early here, something you normally see late in the ball game. Either way, we've got a timeout here, and that's where they take it. We're going to take one with them, and we'll be right back here on Game Day.
You've spent years working hard to create your financial security. Reward yourself with a checking account designed specifically for you by a bank that shows you the outstanding level of customer service you deserve. With State Bank's Elite Checking, you can qualify for a competitive rate of interest, no monthly service fee, free checks, and superior customer service. Let State Bank be your bank for service, relationships, and living life to its fullest.
And we're back. 3 minutes, 46 seconds remain in your half. 21-17 the score. Home team, Atlanta Rabbits on top. Carvion Johnson of the Hornets having something to say about that. He's trying to wheel his team back on top in this ball game. Cam Dickerson across half court for the Rabs. Doherty looking to get inside. Hook's not having it. Great dump off to Aiden Boston. Spin move gets him in. He's whistled for the travel.
Another tough call there. He believes he had his pivot foot there and was able to put him in the blender, but ref disagrees.
Whether it was a travel or not, it worked. His move worked, but whistle for the travel. There's going to be a foul on the other end. Foul call before the shot. Hooks in the bonus early here. Shooting 1-and-1, that's going to be Nate Campbell. First one good. We're going to have a second shot. Second free throw, no good. Keyshawn Walls fighting for the rebound. Got his hands on it, but his feet were on the line.
Aiden Boston driving up the court, looking to extend their lead.
Andrew Boston in the corner. Aiden Boston drives baseline, takes the contact. Fouled and headed to the line for two. Knew he could have made that one as well, Doty.
A little hard off the glass. But, I mean, it had all the potential to go in. It bounced off that front iron and then rolled over. But every time he gets fouled and he hits that court, you know that it could have gone in his mind.
Exactly. Aiden Boston looking for the and one. You think anytime he does anything like that with his acrobatic moves in the air, this jam's going to go crazy. And he knows that'll will his team to victory here tonight. Free throw's good.
Yeah, we know how much an and one is a momentum swing for a team, and kind of to put one down. And so any opportunity that he can get there, he's going to want to.
Exactly, and each time we see Aiden Boston cut to the glass tonight, it's just demoralizing for the opponent. I think we had another travel call.
Another one of those things where they're calling them on both sides. They see it, they're going to call it. Same ref, too.
Boston looking to get inside. Atlanta with some nice ball movement here. Cam Dickerson looking to get inside. Pull-up jumper off the glass, no good. Carvin Johnson able to get inside. Nate Campbell runs to the rim. Good on the floater.
Good look there by Hooks. They're going to look to keep it going, three-point game.
Campbell showing off his touch close to the basket. Aiden Boston whistle for the travel.
He's called for the travel there. He's trying to get it out. And they put two on him and just couldn't get it going.
Checking back into the ball game for the Hornets is Rod Bailey.
Size advantage here for Tavius. I wonder if he tries to take advantage of that at all.
Dumps it inside the Keyshawn Wall. And it's good. He's showing off some nice touch in there. No glass there.
Yeah, like we talked about, that's one of his sweet spots is underneath and can do it all there.
.31 seconds remain in your half. 1 point ball game.
Atlanta's going to hold for the last shot.
Aiden Boston gonna look to get inside. He will. 1-2. Good block. Keyshawn Walls is gonna have a chance to get a score here. He throws it up off the glass and no good. Great defense from Rod Bailey checking into the ball game at the end of the half there. Your halftime score, Atlanta up by just 1 point, 23-22. As they take a small break, we're gonna take one with them, and then we'll be right back with Atlanta's very own.
This holiday season, let us exceed your expectations at Classic Kia in Texarkana during our holiday sales event. It's the best time this year to save on all the great Classic Kia values with some of Classic Kia's biggest incentives of the year. Plus, buy with confidence at Classic Kia with our 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. So this holiday season, make it a great one in a new Classic Kia during our holiday sales event at Classic Kia in Texarkana.
Bringing these two teams 23-22, Rabs on top. Aiden Boston playing his heart out tonight. It is very, very impressive. Cheerleaders doing some stunts over there.
That's also very impressive. I could not do
no,
what they do.
I'd be dizzy. I'd be discombobulated. Aiden Boston, Braylon Rowe with the first points of the game for the Rabs with the floater falling in, and then he's just been competitive on defense. He's been fighting, and Aiden Boston also on defense. He's been putting away on some blocks. He's been stealing the ball. He's been right there every time. He has that dog in that fight.
Yeah.
What are you feeling like?
I'm thinking the Rabs are doing greater, definitely improving from the girls' game that we saw, and they're just doing what they do best.
They are doing what they do best. It's very reminiscent of last year, even though they're missing Alex Boston, their star player from last year, their big man. They have his little brother, Aiden Boston, stepping up into that role, and really it looks like one of the matches that they played last year.
Yeah.
Especially that one at Lee. It was very competitive. I was in love with that game. Almost went to, I think it did go to overtime. Rabs won in overtime, I think by 5 or 7. It was really close that entire time. Thank you for tuning in here on Rabbit.